afternoon, and welcome to the final Friday lineup for the 2024 Cooking for the Holidays. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jackie. I will be here to answer questions throughout. And before we introduce Chef, we want to thank our sponsors, which include Mattress Firm, Renewal, Remodel, and Additions, and Bates Technical College, which are getting all of the yummy, sweet money shots that you'll be seeing here. That'll show on the screen over here. So keep your eyes open there. And without further ado, let's give a warm welcome. I mean, do it like you mean it. Okay, I need some energy. It's a Friday night vibes.
Let's get rowdy.
For Chef Hudson Slater. Welcome, Chef.
Woo!
Oh, man,
Thank
you guys are killing it. How are you today?
Good.
Good. What are you making for us?
Okay, well, you know, like it might, on the board it said Agnolottis. That is the plan for Sunday. Today did not work out, but today we're making leftover polenta breakfast. So kind of like we're going to do some polenta with some leftover turkey, and then we're going to do a little fried egg, and then we're going to take the leftover cranberry sauce because you always have too much, right? There's always a ton left.
Always.
We're going to add a little chipotle hot sauce to it. We're going to pull stuff out of the fridge and make breakfast the next morning.
Are you guys ready for that? I love it.
All right. So what we got here is some polenta that we're going to get started in a stock pot. So we're going to put that over medium heat. We're going to dice our onion up. We're going to do 2 onions. This is last minute, so there is no recipe. But I've got business cards down front here if you are interested in kind of the idea that I presented today, or if I can get you a polenta recipe that I like, just shoot an email to me and I can get that to you.
Now, Chef, tell us a little bit while you're doing this. Where do you work now? Who are you representing?
Okay, so I used to be a Tacoma area chef at restaurants. Pacific Grill was one. Most recent was Asado, Tacoma Yacht Club. So now I represent kitchen equipment. So I represent kitchen equipment for large, any facility, really. So the Tacoma Dome, a hospital, restaurants, and some of those you'll see here. Cambro, right? We've got American Metal Craft, plateware. I brought these 2 specifically because these are available on Amazon or local stores that you could use in your home. You got seal lids that give you 3 to 5 extra days on your food. So this is all available on Amazon or local restaurant store. And then if you have any interest, we've got our social media banner over here, flyers, notepads, business cards down here. But yeah, any type of restaurant that needs equipment, they're growing or switching out, we're trying to get the best brands that we represent, which we represent, in there.
Love it. Thank you.
We'll do a quick dice. You know, we might be a little foggy from the night before. We might have had a little too much wine. So we're not trying to do too much work here. Okay.
And do you have a preference for this recipe on the type of onion you use?
I like to pickle red onions, and I like to cook with yellow and white onions. So that's my 2 cents on onions.
I love it.
Okay. I'm going to use the phrase a little bit of butter, and don't pay attention to how much butter is actually going in.
Chef, are you one to measure with your heart when it comes to things like butter?
Yes.
Yes. It's a good rule of thumb.
Okay. I cranked this baby up, so we're going to be cooking here pretty soon. Okay. So what we're going to do to kind of speed the process up as well is we're going to start our stock. We have chicken stock. If you're vegetarian, you could use vegetable stock. But we have turkey that we're going to be topping it with. Okay, so we're going to boil that, get that hot, so when we add it to the polenta, it's a quick process. Yeah, how many people have leftovers after Thanksgiving, right? That's a common thing, right?
Surely, yes.
What are some of your favorite things to do with the leftovers? I'm asking you questions. I'm turning the tables.
Here, wait. I saw a hand, so I'm going to come up. I'm putting you on the spot now. It's up to you.
I like to put stuffing in the waffle iron.
Yes, that's a good one.
A real good. Now, for those who haven't done that, you're like, oh, okay, let's go. Any here?
Well, I like to put like a casserole. I like the cornbread stuffing and turkey and gravy and make kind of a casserole and expand out of it. Does polenta have gluten? I've never cooked with
It's not. No, it's a corn-based product, yeah. It's cornmeal.
Love it.
So it's like before the tortilla stage, it's just like one step up. We're going to make a little gravy, too, here. We'll have leftover gravy. I haven't had Thanksgiving yet, so I have to make it. Real quick, we're going to use the packet, okay? Sometimes you got to use what you have.
No judgment, Chef.
Yeah.
We're in a make-believe world where Thanksgiving has happened. It is the morning after, but...
We're cooking at home, too. We don't want to get too crazy. It's more dishes to wash. The main ingredient for cooking is love, right? If someone made you something and you don't have to do it, I feel like that makes it taste way better.
Yep. I think you're onto something.
I remember John, I always say his last name wrong, Maley or Malley? Malley?
Yes.
He likes to make quesadillas with leftover Thanksgiving stuff. That's good. And then I made a pizza one time with gravy as the sauce and all the fixings on top. That turned out really well. Turned out really good.
Pizza is one of those foods. Like, if you had to eat it every day for the rest of your life, it's so versatile.
Yeah. Breakfast,
it's
dessert.
A good one.
We're going to do a little herb fixings in our gravy.
What herbs are you using?
Rosemary and sage.
Okay.
You could do thyme. So I'm going to show you a chiffonade. You do this with basil, sage. It's a fancy term. All we're going to do is pick our leaves that we want to slice and roll them up, and then slice them.
And when you do a chiffonade, like, when is that best used? What is a good use for that?
Well, you don't want to bruise the leaves too much, so you're kind of, instead of just chopping, and just trying to get them small, you're being matter of fact of what you're just doing one cut on the leaf, and that helps prevent some bruising. Basil's a really good one for over like tomatoes. But we'll kind of stack the leaf, right? And we'll do the biggest one on the outside usually, if we can. And we're going to take our sharp knife and just slice. Fingers curled back.
That's good form, Chef.
All right. Thank you. This is a great kind of way to cut the herb if you're going to just serve it fresh as well, not cook with it. And then with the rosemary, we're going to do a rough chop.
So, Chef, if we're pretending that this is the morning after Thanksgiving, and, you mentioned maybe being a little hazy after some wine, but maybe you need a little hair of the dog, what would you be drinking right now?
Whatever's in the fridge. I would, Bloody Marys are always good the next, in the morning. Mimosa, Irish coffee.
And water.
Oh, water, yeah.
I want you to hydrate.
Yeah. All right.
We've got some sizzling action. I like it.
We got a hot spot over here. But we're good. I was distracted. We got caramelized onions. Okay. You guys smell that? Are we attracting people over here?
You might.
Have we used the word free samples yet?
Free samples.
It's like Costco.
I tell you, I'm not into the Costco free samples. It's a little overwhelming for me.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to glaze our pan a little bit here with some of the stock we have. Get that boiling. Okay. So we got our cranberry sauce that's left over. So this is homemade cranberry sauce. You could do this with the can as well. And we are just going to put some cranberry sauce in a pan just to warm it up. We got some of our juice here. And we're just going to get that kind of warmed up and set aside for kind of putting over the top of our eggs with a little hot sauce.
Yes. Now, I don't think I've ever seen someone mix their hot sauce with their cranberry sauce.
We need to hang out more.
I agree. Yes. You're being generous.
With the hot sauce?
With the hot sauce.
Yeah, it's breakfast. We're kind of hungover.
We need a little pep in our step.
Yeah. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. You could add vinegar if you want to get a little tang to it. Lemon juice. Okay. So now we've got kind of a smoky cranberry sauce. And we're going to do some polenta. We're going to have a little bit of gravy. And the polenta is cheesy. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring the stock to a boil, mix in the polenta, add a little cream, butter, and cheese. So the holy trinity of dairy products. And we're going to make this silky smoothie delicious. Okay?
Things are smelling good.
Yeah. I had one more. Did I use all my chicken stock?
I think you might have.
I did. But you know what? I got some right here.
Creative solutions for creative times.
Yeah.
Easy.
So we got some simple, organic, fancy powdered gravy. So you could do this with the cornbread stuffing. You could kind of flatten those into little cakes and sear them up and put an egg on top. That would be really good in the morning. You could do thing with breads, the waffle you were talking about. Put an egg on it, and that's breakfast. You could take, trying to think, mashed potatoes, make little potato pancakes.
Oh, love that.
Okay, we're going to add our herbs to our gravy. All right, so we're doing good here.
So our cranberry hot sauce, it's done. It's just waiting for the grand finale.
Yeah, we're done. Okay. We add our cream to our chicken stock. Bring that to a boil. Yeah, so MarkeTeam obviously is for restaurants, businesses, right? But some of these brands that we represent are great for home use as well. Yeah. And we're gonna have a little giveaway here at the end. We'll have some question. Your odds are really good.
They're looking solid.
But we've got a little cast iron grill, one of these containers, salt and pepper shaker, gold for the holidays. So we'll give that away at the end here. Okay, so what I'm going to do with our turkey is just add it to the gravy. So it's going to heat up in the gravy. Okay? And that way when we do the polenta, the turkey, and then the egg, it's just nice and easy. So this is, this is a Ziploc from the night before, okay?
Thank you for casting the vision.
Yeah. So we'll heat that up, get that hot.
So, Chef Hudson, what are some of your favorite holiday traditions?
Well, the Tacoma Holiday Food and Gift Show.
That's a very good answer, sir.
That's one of them. And then, I honestly, Pumpkin Patch, right now with the kids. And I really, lately, we've gone and got our Christmas tree the day after Thanksgiving. Yeah. That's a really fun one to do. Anything with the kids right now, it's just like a lot of fun, so...
Do you guys go and cut your own tree?
We do cut a tree, not in the woods, on a farm. But, yeah. So, we do that. It's a lot of fun. And the kids are starting to help more. I got a 14-year-old at home. And, it's getting, they're starting to get a little more space to themselves. So, it's kind of, but the holidays always kind of bring everybody together. Movies. So, just anything with the family, really.
I love it.
Okay. What do we think so far, guys?
How we feeling?
Worth the wait? Worth listening to me talk?
I mean, if anything, it's always good to get new ideas for how to use your leftovers.
Yeah, definitely. So on Sunday, you guys come back. We'll be taking similar items and making a pasta filling and making a filled pasta with a little brown butter, so with Parmesan cheese. Are you noticing a theme here? Parmesan, butter. Okay. So you could tell, we're not sweating, there's not running any issues here. We're just relaxing, hydrating.
There you go. There you go. Now, some folks, I think, are intimidated by polenta. What's the secret?
Well, the secret is to make sure your pot is hot. The liquid's hot. And then you pretty much just have to stir it occasionally. So like risotto, you heard that term as the rain, the arborio rice. You really got to watch that and stir it. Polenta's a little more forgiving. As long as you don't burn the bottom, you can just kind of keep stirring, add more liquid to it. And, yeah. Okay. Well, I did want to point out these containers down here. If you're taking items around to go, you got coolers and whatnot. This is also a Cambro product. It's called our Go Box. It's a polypropylene, so it's not styrofoam, so it's a lot more durable. If you want to come up and stand on it, you can after you take it off the wheels. But it's
please.
It's lightweight, and it insulates really well. So if you want it to be cold, it'll stay cold. You can put hot food in there. Barbecue joints use it a lot. So it's kind of a versatile box to have, even at home. My parents have them now just because they have a hookup, but they use them a lot. So this is another kind of a cool restaurant item that could be used at the house. There's lots of uses for it.
So if someone just wanted one, needed one, and didn't have the hookup, how do they get one?
They go to Cash and U.S. Food Chef Store off Tacoma Mall Boulevard. Just super lightweight. Lots of different sizes. You can go on Amazon as well. Nice. Bar Green in Tacoma has them as well. And, you can come up now if you want. We're kind of casual here today.
That's
Take
true.
a look at it.
You won't be in anyone. You can go poke around, open it. Don't run off with it, though. That's chef's.
Yeah. Just depends how much cash you have in your pocket. Okay.
So, Chef, you came and you watched Chef Toby just before you, and you were talking about how you bumped into each other recently at a pizza convention.
Yeah.
What's your itinerary? Where are you traveling to? What do you do there?
Well, okay, so I represent different brands, right? So one of them is a pizza oven company, Fiero, and they needed chefs to help them at their pizza expo because you're feeding hundreds of people coming through. And so I went down there to work it, and then Toby is his place has a wood fire pizza, and so he was down there kind of checking out what's new and everything, a little business trip, and we just saw each other on the social medias down there. So one of the states that we cover is Hawaii, which I'm heading there next week to work. I'm going to be doing oven trainings across 3 islands. And so that'll be fun-filled. I don't know how much time I'll get at the beach. Check my Instagram.
We'll find out.
Yeah. It's pretty full schedule right now, but that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
Good.
But yeah, so I get to do a little bit of traveling, and then I'm home at night and weekends when I'm not away a lot more. So
you're saying you don't miss chefing?
You know, I did recently. Was like, man, I should be back in it because I was having a rough time at work, you know. But then I was like, no. That was about 6 hours of the day.
Yeah, just a little window of time. You're like, man, I really want to be in a kitchen right now.
Go back in the kitchen where no one ever tells me I'm doing a bad job. But I'm the chef for the group, so yeah, I get to cook quite a bit.
Good.
All right, so we got our Cambro. It's got nice handles on it, right? Easy to hold. And we're going to stir our polenta in. And we're just it's gonna cook, and you don't want to, it's like oatmeal, right? We all made oatmeal. We don't want to add too much and have to add more liquid. We got a lot of people to feed here, so make sure we have a lot of this left over. So this is eyeball. If you were to ask me for a recipe, I could send you one, and there'll be measurements.
Thank you, chef.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're like, and then you just
the bag
pour
of,
for
the bag
about
of polenta
3
doesn't
counts.
just say add it till it's ready and cook it till it's done. There'll be times and measurements on there.
It has been the theme for the weekend so far, actually.
I know you get a bunch of these
really
restaurant chefs in here and tell them, can you bring recipes? And they're like, yeah, sure. And then they don't.
Chef Ness on Friday, one of it was a pinch of salt. She put a pinch of salt in there, but it was more than a pinch.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty hearty.
Oh, you guys just made in time for samples. Oh, that's right. Yeah, okay, yeah. You're contributors. I saw you're contributors.
Yeah. It's when people roll up way after everything last in line. I think, where have you been?
That's all right. All right, this is a good example here at the polenta. It gets a little dangerous, all right? You got to watch it. We're going to turn it down.
Oh, it's bubbling.
We're going to turn it down now. You get little burn marks on your arm if you're not too careful.
Let's not do that.
Yeah. We're add a little liquid.
Is that the gravy?
That's the gravy,
Okay.
yeah. Chicken stock. I got this a little too thick. I got some cream over here, I think. All right. We're going to do a little butter in our cast iron.
Very, these demonstrations are calorie-free, health-conscious.
Yeah. Oh, these burners change every year.
They do.
That was on low this whole time.
We just like to keep you chefs on your toes.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. We got spoons in here, right?
We do have some spoons in there.
I'm going to taste this.
Little quality control.
Yeah.
See how we're looking.
Okay, we need a little more cream or stock, which I have in here, I believe. Yep, there it is.
You came prepared. You knew. Chef, how long have you been cooking for? It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm almost 20 years of cooking now. I started when I was 17. I'm 37, so yeah, 20 years.
It's a good milestone.
Yeah, still paying the bills. All right, we're gonna add salt and pepper. We're just do a little blend here.
Are there times you like to add other seasonings to your polenta?
Yeah, I'll usually do like peppers or different kind of vegetables with flavor, or we'll add some herbs. But I'll usually just do salt and pepper. Okay, what we got? What time we got on time? I have an iPhone watch. I don't know how to use it.
You know, technology. Oh, you've got a good 15 minutes if you
Okay.
need it, Chef.
Perfect.
We're not going to rush you. Now, you got a lot of polenta here. So say we're making Thanksgiving leftover breakfast and you have all this leftover polenta. What are you going to do with it?
Well, you wouldn't make this much at home for yourself, so. But what you could do is any leftovers, put them in a sheet pan, and then it cools. You can cut them and make like little squares and just roast them in the oven. And then that's good to go for, yeah.
Oh, hold on.
We're
I'm
gonna get on
going
the
to come to
microphone.
you. I'll hand you the mic.
When you roast that in the oven, what's it going to look like when you get done?
So you'll put it like on an oiled sheet pan, or you could even sear it in a cast iron. But it'll be crispy kind of on the bottom and a little bit on top. In the middle will be, it'll start to cook, but it won't be like runny, because you're not going to get it like boiling again. It's just going to get like it just cooks like almost like a French fry, like a potato almost.
Would it be like a cornbread, she asked?
Yeah, in a way, yeah, almost like a drop cornbread cake kind of thing.
Is that a bone broth you're putting in there right now?
Yeah, I got bone broth. You could do chicken stock. Okay, we're going to do some chopped rosemary for our polenta. I like rosemary because it grows really well around here, and you can just peel off the pieces. You can just grab a twig. The bush is pretty resilient. We've got quite a few at our house.
You probably just run to a neighbor's house and grab some off their...
I may or may not have restaurants gone to houses down the street with rosemary bushes and grab those. All right.
Now, if someone didn't have any fresh herbs around and they just had the dry stuff, is that good? Is that going to get the job done, Chef?
Yeah. It won't be as fresh or whatnot, but it'll do the trick for sure.
Love it.
Okay.
Out of all of the Thanksgiving staples, which one is the one you've just got to have it?
It's kind of a three-part. Mashed potatoes, turkey, and gravy.
Okay.
All to get one bite.
That you need a nice balanced bite, all the flavors.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Maybe a biscuit. Maybe on a biscuit. Maybe some.
This is the staples. The list has grown.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like Thanksgiving unless you have the full spread. No, but I think turkey and gravy is probably the the glue at our house. We don't eat turkey year-round. I don't think anybody does, except for sandwiches, so that roast turkey turns out really good. We're probably going to smoke a turkey this year.
Ooh, that's fun. We do turkey for Thanksgiving only. And then, I married an Italian, so Christmas is all about lasagna.
Okay.
That's the staple, and it's become a thing. My grandma all the time will be like, is Chris making lasagna? I'm pretty sure she wouldn't come over for Christmas if there wasn't lasagna.
Nice. I've had that lasagna. It's good. It's a miracle there was a leftover one year, and he brought me a piece.
What a guy.
Yeah. Okay. Your patience is appreciated.
When you are indeed making real good time,
Yeah.
as you said.
Just had a few more things to chop or something.
It's all for show.
Another question.
We got another question. I'm just going to hang out up here because these are where all the questions are coming from.
Yeah.
For us latecomers, can you go down the ingredient list for us?
What was that?
We'd like the ingredient list one more time just so we know what's happening
here. Oh, yeah, perfect. Thank you. I'll fill some time. Okay, so we're going to make a kind of a leftover turkey cranberry sauce breakfast dish. We're going to cook an egg here pretty soon. We're going to do it over polenta. So we just warmed our turkey back up in the gravy. Okay, so it's just hot and delicious. And we've got cranberry sauce that we actually added a little chipotle hot sauce to kind of spice it up for breakfast a little bit. And in polenta, we sauteed some onions. We added chicken stock and cream, and then we added the polenta. And we're just cooking that up. It's got to just cook through a little bit more to kind of be silky smooth. And we added rosemary, salt, and pepper. And then we're going to finish with some Parmesan cheese.
I'm hungry. That sounds amazing.
This will be dinner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tell us about what you're making for Halloween. Let's pretend we're not inside the holiday festival, which we are. Holly Jolly Christmas is playing, but it is spooky season still. We're kicking things off early. But what are you making then?
We don't do like a special Halloween thing. We actually don't celebrate Halloween at our house. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
I have seen the family photos.
Yeah, they're all minions this year. What we do, we'll get the Papa Murphy's pumpkin pizza. Mm-hmm. We'll do that. And then we started doing is getting the candy ball, like the sprinkle eyeballs.
Okay.
And we'll get fake vampire teeth. And you shove the vampire teeth in a donut. And then you put eyes on top and then like some raspberry jam on the teeth. We did that the last 2 years. So that's kind of fun. And then dry ice. We'll get some dry ice and put it under a platter, and it'll look kind of extra spooky.
That's a good time.
We don't really we don't really do like meals. Mm-hmm. We're not conjuring any spirits or anything. I saw something cool though. Is all the leftover chocolate bars and doing candy. So taking like just whatever random fun sizes, chopping them all up and making cookies with them.
Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, because it's like, kind of get tired. I don't know if you do or not. I kind of get. I have 4 kids, so there's always a lot of candy in our house.
Yeah.
So by the time it's like, I don't want that anymore.
You're like, I don't need any more Snickers.
But if it's in a cookie.
That's a game changer there.
Yeah.
How's your polenta looking there?
It looks good. It's deceiving, though. Sometimes it's not ready.
The labor of love. Chef, we have another question.
Yeah, so obviously, if you were to make an appropriate size pot, it would be done by now.
So with the polenta, is it a time or is it just a feel that you're going for?
It's probably both. I mean, it is both. Time. I mean, depending on how many cups you put in, it'll be a certain amount of time. But we're going off a feel right now.
Just follow your heart.
The main thing is the texture. You want the corn to not be gritty.
And we had another question, Chef.
All right.
Yeah, on the polenta, do you have to constantly stir it? Or
Not constantly. So, like, right now we've got, if there's enough liquid in it to kind of keep bubbling, and it's not just a high heat, it's not going to scorch on the bottom of the pan. That's what we're just trying to avoid, just get it kind of some movement. All right, we're close now, actually.
He can feel it in his bones. It's
Yeah.
happening.
We're going to finish off the last little chicken stock. Okay, we're going to put our egg in here just to get it ready.
Chef, where do you like to get your eggs from? Do you have a favorite brand?
Well, Vital Farms is a good one. This one is kind of cute. Stribe Farms, organic eggs. But we actually get them from a farm on the Key Peninsula. We have a friend that comes into town every day for work, and they bring eggs with for us.
That's a good friend.
Yeah. I like crack the yolk.
Oh, we have another question.
yeah, this one's kind of a silly question, but what exactly is polenta?
It's corn.
Corn, okay.
And so it's dried corn, milled, before it gets into the masa powdered form. It is this. I'll have some up here. You can kind of look at it. It's a little bit chunky. Not chunky, but gritty still. All right, this one burner works awesome.
Another question.
We missed out in hearing where your restaurant was.
I sell kitchen equipment to restaurants. So actually, I'm not in a restaurant. So I'm a chef for a kitchen equipment manufacturing rep company. So, no, you have to open
Not
a restaurant.
anymore. But you may have experienced
You can
his food at some point in time.
You can try today's food.
I know.
All right, let's try the steak again.
Yeah, it feels like a big tease when you have a presenting chef and you're like, well, where can I come see you? And like, well, you can't.
You can't. Sorry.
You can always come back. You're going to be here Sunday afternoon?
Sunday afternoon. Yep.
Try some pasta.
Yep. That was a whole stick of butter I snuck in there.
You could have said nothing. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here, folks.
I do believe that butter is the number one ingredient used every weekend here at the cooking stage.
I hope so.
Lots of it. Pounds. Now, Chef, do you like to season your egg in this case, or are you just going to let all the other ingredients do the job?
I'm going to put a little on top at the end. I'm going to do a runny yolk. Okay. All right, now we're going to grate some Parmesan cheese. You could use a cheese grater. We're using a microplane here.
That's a beautiful block of cheese you got.
Yeah. This is actually from Costco.
Are there other cheeses you would recommend for polenta?
any kind of hard cheeses, pecorino. Oh my gosh, the one at Asado. I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know anything about Asado.
Manchego. Manchego would be a good one.
You're getting an arm workout there.
Yeah. It's kind of like cheesy grits from the South. This is enough to feed an army, okay? I was hoping all these seats would be filled. So.
It is, and you know, it is an intimate Friday afternoon. I'm curious to see what this weekend's going to look like. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although it's a good day to shop because you got some space.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go out there in the aisles and whoo, it is intense.
Okay.
Any other questions for Chef?
We're getting close to the end here.
Oh, yes. I'm coming on up to you.
You mentioned grits. What's the difference between polenta and grits?
This is how they're processed. Grits is typically, it's white or yellow. But it's just grits will be a little almost like flakier and potentially a little bigger. Or like instant grits would be almost like a powder. So it's just kind of like polenta's Italian and grits is Southern. So it's just kind of depends on if Italian made it or if a Southerner made it.
Very similar things. What's
Okay.
the verdict, Chef?
We're pretty close.
I like it.
We'll plate up and do one more egg.
We'll do a plate so we can eat with our eyes.
Yeah, we'll do that. There we go.
And then we get to do samples.
Yes.
You know, the great news is because sometimes there's not enough samples for our amazing Bates team, but I don't think that's going to be a problem today.
Not today.
Chef, did you crack another egg because you wanted to get that nice, pretty yolk on there?
Yeah. You know
Had
me.
a feeling.
Yeah. Okay. So as we're talking about plating real quick, this is a plate by American Metalcraft. It's actually made of melamine, right? So, you know, we can kind of give it a hit. Can take a drop. This is melamine as well. Nice. Might be kind of good for the family get-together, right? You got some kids over and whatnot. You got some nice-looking plates that don't break. Those are Amazon. American Metalcraft.
Love it.
Okay. There we go. Our cranberry sauce, I started a little too early.
Gave us all the nice smells, though.
Yeah.
So
Just going to loosen that up a little bit.
when you make cranberry sauce at home, what's that process like?
I'll just do the chunky style, so it'll be cranberries in the bag, orange zest, orange juice, cinnamon stick, peppercorns, some onion possibly, maybe some baking spices. So I would put the spices in a bag potentially, or somehow get them tied together. If it's a cinnamon stick, you know, you could tie it with the herbs. Some herbs would be nice too. So, like here's a piece of thyme in here that made it through.
Nice.
Okay, so if you're like, so this would have gone a lot quicker. You know, you're a little in the morning. You just make a little pot, something this size. You can even throw the turkey in the microwave if you need to. All right, but we're going to scoop up some polenta. You want it to kind of be thick, but not like, oh, see? To clean that up. But it kind of falls into place, right? So we'll go like that. If you had some leftover veggies, you know, you could do a little veggies on the side. Okay. We're going to get a little bit of our turkey gravy fixins. Okay. And then we'll get our egg on there.
It's a good looking egg.
And our kind of smoky chipotle cranberry sauce, we'll just kind of put around. Do a little salt and pepper. And then just a little microgreen action there, and that's it.
Look at that. Thank you, Chef. What a thing of beauty right there. Do we have any final questions for Chef? Chef, do you have any final thoughts for the group?
Well, thanks for, cooking with me after a rough day. And it wasn't rough, it just didn't go as planned, so we kind of winged it and we made something fun.
I think we had a good time. Let's give it up for Chef Hudson Slater, guys. Thank you so much for closing out today with something scrumptious.
Yeah.